All right, folks, you're getting a special treat, not just a regular old vlog, but a game day at the arena special. Eric and I sitting here, about 10-15 rows up at the United Center, set for the Raptors tonight.
What time is it anyways? I don't know what time it is.
I know it's a little bit late. It's about 6 o'clock Eastern time. Game tips off in just over 2.5 hours here. We just got to the arena, and Eric talking to one of the scouts, former assistant Brian James for the Toronto Raptors. He looks at this game tonight, scouting for about 5 teams in the NBA, saying this could be a win for Toronto.
Gettable ball game. The Raptors, trying to come off that win yesterday in Washington. A better defensive effort, Jonesy. Yeah, they coughed up the 15-point lead, but they got the D when they needed it in that fourth quarter, coming back from the 7-point deficit, and then getting it done in overtime with a couple of key steals. Hedo Turkoglu, of all people, diving headfirst onto the floor, going after a loose ball. And even though Chicago has played well at home this year, I would agree, a gettable ball game in that this team defends okay, but doesn't score the ball well. They are really missing the presence of a guy like Ben Gordon.
Well, here's the thing that I'd really like to say, that when Toronto signed these guys, people working here, getting ready for the game. When Toronto
He's got a job to do.
When Toronto signed these guys, they had roles and guys slotted into roles. And I think for the first time last night, we saw guys playing those roles. Turkoglu making big shots. Bosch was a monster in the fourth quarter with 13 points and 6 rebounds. Jared Jack was tough defensively, getting on the floor. I think for the first time, people fit into the roles that were expected of them, and they came away with a win.
Well, hopefully for the Raptors, they can get this one then tonight, because you go back home, and at the worst, maybe you come back no worse than when you started the road trip. You know what I mean, Jonesy, in terms of being 4 games below and at least splitting this 4-game stretch. But then it's time to start taking care of business next week, because you got a winnable ball game coming up on Tuesday as well, then a tough one on the back-to-back against Milwaukee. At some point, you've got to start stringing some games together to get yourself back up to that Mendoza.
Well, and as you said, gettable games, and you never underestimate how close you are to being good when you're bad, and vice versa. With all the turmoil, if the Raptors can get this one tonight, they could be looking at a 3-game winning streak if they go home and beat Minnesota. So, folks, listening tonight, and we'll bring you the action.
Pre-game in like an hour and a half, right?
Pre-game coming up. We're going to hustle around. We've got some interviews. Got Spud Webb for you. You're going to hear Jack Armstrong. We'll track down one more guest for you.